Hey there, this is the contractor performing the work for the insured for claim number L7912D as in dog 1. So today what we're doing is that simulated repair that you guys requested. Actually, the homeowner requested it, but the shingle that we're going to be simulating the repair today is this one. I'm going to outline it in chalk just so that way everybody here is on the same page, and the shingle is actually going to come up to about here because the way that it's made to catch 2 rows of nails and not 1. That's where that wind resistance being so high comes from. So the types of damage that we run into today, the first one's going to be mat transfer, just from unsealing the shingles. Second one's going to be nail pulls, compromising the area that the fastener is put in while extracting it. Any kind of tearing, any kind of creasing, or any excessive granular loss. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you this area that I'm going to be manipulating is not unsealed at all, not been manipulated, not fabricated in any sort of way. Alrighty, and this is the shingle that you guys have recommended that we go back with, which is the Tamco Heritage. So I'm going to go ahead, unseal everything, and then one by one check for mat transfer underneath all of them. All right, now, so you see how this shingle on top of this one, it's only the corner. Well, I can't just hold it here and then lift it up and manipulate it, because it's going to put it at increased risk to tear along right here, and it'll make it crease along right here, which we do not want to happen. So I have to manipulate it in its entirety. All right. Alright, now I'm going to go through and check for that mat transfer. That one gets a pass. We have to check this one because it damages the shingle underneath as well as the shingle that the matting is ripped off of. And it does appear that we have some right here. That's going to be a 1 on that. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of it for you guys, so that way everybody's on the same page. Everybody sees what has occurred during the simulated repair. And then I'm going to get a close-up of it as well. The GoPro's not really HD. Alright, check this one. That one get a pass. This one has some. Go ahead and document this for you guys. Oop. That's going to be 2. So this has already pretty much failed this simulated repair test because of the occurrence of material transfer. Alright, just making sure that that's completely unsealed. Alright, that one gets a pass. So now I'm going to go ahead and extract all the fasteners. And I am going to have to go underneath the shingle in order to get them out. And I'm going to be operating off of Hag's system while conducting this repair, and they say that you should be able to take a speed square or a framing square, place it flat, level on the slope, and you should be able to bend the shingle up to where it's flush with it and it not be able to create damage. So you should be able to bend a shingle at approximately 90 degrees without creating damage for it to actually be repairable. Anything further than that by Hag is considered excess force. Alrighty. I'm having to go underneath here. this one is pretty stuck. Alrighty. There we go. Oh, that one's not even in that top shingle there. Looks like those have blown through. Since they're not attached to the shingle, there's no real reason to remove them. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove the top row of fasteners. Alrighty. We're about done with this top row. And actually, no, we are done with this top row because these are not in right there. They're not in the shingle, actually. I'll go ahead and remove this. We had no nail pulls. That was a pass. So, as you can see, I'm going to take the shingle that you guys recommended that we go back with in comparison with what's already on there. And as you can see, does not say do not remove on here, nor does it on this one. Both of these are actually discontinued products and cannot be installed on a roof in the state of Tennessee because of that, because there's no shingle that will be able to match it in size and quality. So now that we have this one removed, I'm going to go ahead and toss it out of the way just like that, and I'm going to put this one back in its place and just put all of the fasteners back in exactly where I got them out at. Put it in there nice, even and flush. Alrighty. Now, and as you can see right here, that exposure actually has overhang, which is going to decrease the wind resistance. It's going to prevent it from shedding water properly and have the surrounding area accrue accelerated granule loss. So because of that, this actually cannot be installed, and it cannot be trimmed to fit either because it would compromise the tar strip, the adhesive on the bottom. But with the amount of mat transfer that's being created here, it's also not going to seal properly anyways. Just going to collect all the fasteners before I put them back in. Alrighty. Alrighty, and now as I'm hammering these in, this is how much space I have to have right here in order to have a clean flush hit on the nail. Because you cannot drive in a nail at an angle that is against code. It has to be flat, has to be flush. And this is how much space I need, which is about 55 to 60 degrees, which is in compliance with those HAG parameters. So I'm going to go ahead and place in all the fasteners. Alrighty. One. Alrighty. Alright. I do see some crease lines actually starting to form upon manipulating these shingles here. Alrighty, all the fasteners are back in place, and it does, as you can see, all the granule loss right there, all that chalk is just starting to fade. So we've got to pass on the nail pulls. Nothing tore. Now I'm going to check for those creases. I'm just going to wipe away like you would with a paintbrush if you were painting something. If I were to be putting excess force on these, every shingle I wipe, I'm going to show you my fingers here. As you can see, I already have a wound on this one. This is from cutting vegetables, but it would eat the skin off of my fingers. So after every shingle that I wipe, I'm going to show you my fingers so that way you'll know I'm not putting excess force on this. So, yep, crease line from here, running all the way through. Yep. On this one as well, we have a crease line running from here all the way through. Then on this one, it actually started to crease as well, right up along here. Alrighty. Ooh. And this one gets a pass. So 3 out of the 4 creased. And it did have a lot of granule loss occur during the repair. You know, I could just take the hammer and tap it and you can hear it. They just move everywhere. So the granule loss gets a fail. And with the 2 instances of mat transfer, those 3 creases, and the plethora of granule loss that occurred, the simulated repair has been a fail. I really appreciate whoever is at State Farm taking their time out of their day to watch this incredibly boring video. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing back from you soon.